Actually, I don't know. Truth must be it is online only going to be because the school is occupied by plus two and plus one students, plus two and 10th standard students. So for them, the room is given separately for day scholars and the hostelers. So most probably your exam may on online only. I don't think so. Okay. At present, only for 10th standard and plus 2 permission is given to start the class. Okay. Yes. Okay, children. So we continue with it. I know it is a continuous learning for you today. I know it. So let us now go back to where we stopped. The example of a spring. Okay, how does? Okay, okay, children. So we are just having an explanation of the spring. Again, we have a detailed study. What is this all about? 1 minute, children. Something this always come to disturb me. I don't know how to remove it. So we were just, I just explained to you how the spring compressed and all. The same thing, it is explanation. It's a repeated explanation. So I am just reading to you. Those who really want, you can just take a screenshot. Okay, because I already explained to you. Once the mass is displaced, it experiences a restoring force, accelerating it, causing to going back to the equilibrium position. As we explained in the previous section, that the restoring force always try to pull it backward. Clear? As it gets closer to equilibrium, the restoring forces decreases. So once the spring, which has compressed or extended, once restoring force is acting on it, and then restoring force is acting on it, then once it coming closer back to the old self, coming back to the old self, then what will happen? The restoring force energy will decrease because it is already returning, no? So that's the second sentence's meaning. As it gets closer to equilibrium, restoring forces decreases at the equilibrium position, and restoring force becomes zero once it coming back. If it is compressing, it is coming back to the mean position. However, at x is equal to 0, the mass has some momentum. Mass has mass has some momentum due to the impulse of the force that has acted on it. This causes the mass to shoot past the equilibrium position and then compressing the spring. So the first case, what they were talking about, the string has been stretched, and because of the restoring force by Newton's third law, it is coming back to equilibrium position. And once it comes to equilibrium position, the restoring force becomes zero. But still, the mass has some momentum. Momentum means mass into velocity. Then instead of coming back to rest, it will pass to that equilibrium position and it started compressing. So that is why a spring oscillated and returning to compressed position. Okay. In this case, spring started compressing. Then restoring force restoring force tends to slow it down until the velocity reaches zero, whereby it will attempt to reach equilibrium position again. So this is the entire working of a spring extension and compression, and how does it oscillate? Simple harmonic motion. So the first case, mass is displaced means it has been stretched. It has been stretched. The spring has been stretched. By the time, by Newton's third law, restoring force tried to pull it to equilibrium position. Once it come near equilibrium position, that force which is trying to pull it becomes zero. But since the mass has a momentum, Mass means mass into velocity. Momentum is the product of mass into velocity. Because of that, instead of remain at stationary, the spring will be past the equilibrium position. It started compressing. By the time it is compressing, again restoring force, try to slow it down until the velocity reduces and it will come back to the equilibrium position. So this is one complete oscillation which is taking place in the spring. Okay. So first it will move to this position, then restoring force, try to pull it here. So after near this equilibrium position, the force becomes zero. I mean, it's slowed down, and then instead of the spring coming at equilibrium position, it will start moving this position and try to compress. Again, restoring force try to pull it down, and once it pull it down, this velocity of the spring reduces to zero and it come back to equilibrium position, and one complete oscillation. And this process continues until the spring has energy. Okay, so this is about simple harmonic motion. On the basis, now we are going to learn velocity equation, acceleration equation, and then later we will learn kinetic energy equation in simple harmonic motion. Okay, so the first equation what we are going to learn is displacement. Okay, so in this, according to first position, we are taking about, it's a sinusoid, it's a wave function. We can take it as, instead of sine, it is taking at a cos omega t plus phi. So displacement equation, you can write down only this equation. Displacement x is equal to, so you can write the heading equation, equations of oscillation, equations of oscillation, equations of oscillation. So I told you we can represent the wave motion either sine and either cos. So now it is cos because we already told you what is the peculiar feature of the pattern of the wave. Pattern of the wave, because at any point we can start the oscillation. So that is why it is given first displacement a cos omega t plus phi. Next, velocity. So what is the definition of velocity in mechanics? The displacement is given to you. What's the equation of velocity? Volume 1. Laws of motion. Motion in one dimension. What is the equation for velocity, dear? Anyone?
dx by dt.
Dx by dt. What is this dx by dt? What you call for that? What you call for this dx by t? X is the displacement. Therefore, change in displacement by unit time. What do you call for it? What do you call for it, Aditya? Velocity. It called for velocity. Yes. So now we are going to find out in terms of differentiation. So when you differentiate here, I hope you know the equation of differentiation of cos theta. D by dx of cos theta, d by d theta of cos theta is minus sine theta. So that is why velocity in simple harmonic oscillation Vt is equal to dxt by dt, that is minus sine theta. Instead of a theta, we have a combination of angular theta plus phase difference. So omega t plus phi stands for theta. Now why this omega has come? Because this is a omega into t. It is a product of two quantities. So we have to integrate omega t once again. Once first you integrate cos theta into sine theta, further integrate this omega t. So when you integrate, differentiate. So first xt, then you differentiate cos theta as a whole, you will get minus cos theta. Again, here cos theta is the sum of omega t plus theta is the sum of omega t plus phi. So phi is a constant, so it's going to be, it's just like that. So omega t, when you differentiate, you will get omega into sine omega t plus phi. So velocity equation for simple harmonic motion is, if it is cos theta function, then the answer is going to be minus a omega sine omega t plus phi. So please copy down. This is the important thing. I ask you in the question, write the equations of oscillation. Then you have to write displacement, velocity, no derivation. Derivation I already
Ma'am,
told you. Huh?
ma'am, you have to copy down this equation, right?
Yeah, equation you copy down. It will be in the printer note, but still now you have studied, no? And when you, during the exam time, it is, I tell you to, you just refer my lecture note and you study, because in lecture note I have given so many points. Printer note, it is becoming a more lecture type, means continuous explanation and all will be given. So some of you may not read the printer note, I know. Hmm? So some of them only just follow the lecture note. I know, not to. Printer note is there, it is in the mobile. Now plus two students are six of them in the hostel. No one has a note. Why? All the mobiles, all the notes, all what we have given, screenshot, and it is in the mobile. When you come to the hostel, mobile has taken away. Now no more, not a single note they have in plus two students. Six of them science group, another six of them plus commerce group. So your mobile is, don't rely on mobile, I tell you. So better, I know Michael and all, not only Michael, majority take the screenshot and keep. And who's going to read? Will you go read? I don't think so. Okay. So better you follow the lecture note and study for the exam. So when I say this question, I can ask like this. Please write it down in the lecture note. Okay. So that will help you in exam. Okay, so velocity of the simple harmonic motion or velocity of the oscillation is given. Next, acceleration. What is acceleration? Achyut, what is acceleration? Rate of change in? Yes, rate of change in velocity. So again, what we are going to do? We are going to differentiate this term. Again, double differentiation. It is coming back to cos theta again. Sin theta, differentiation cos theta, but still this negative sign remain there. Because of this negative, one more omega will be there after differentiating, and you are getting acceleration is equal to d squared xt by dt square is equal to minus a omega square cos omega t plus phi. And we can also write, after writing this, what is this cos omega t plus phi? It is going back to the first one. So instead of that, we can also write, acceleration at t. After this, you please write down, there is that one, this is another equation. Okay, acceleration after this is also equal to at is equal to 1 a cos omega t plus 5 is xt. So take it out, 1 cos omega t plus 5. So that is equal to xt. So your equation is going to be little more simple. That is equal to minus omega square x t. Okay. So you can study acceleration this way also.
Ma'am,
Hmm?
can you say again the equation?
Minus omega square xt. Minus omega square xt. You know
Ma'am,
how you
this is also equation for acceleration.
yes, the same equation we can write this way. You know how I wrote xt? Hmm? How I wrote xt? Look at the displacement equation. What
Yes,
is the
ma'am.
displacement equation? A cos omega t plus phi.
Yes, ma'am.
Acceleration you got minus a omega square cos omega t plus phi. So this a and this cos omega t plus phi combine together and we can write xt. So now acceleration becomes simple for you, minus omega square x. That is angular frequency square. Negative of angular frequency square into displacement. Okay. So that is the equation. Equation for acceleration. So that the same we can removing t, you can generalize. The same equation what I have just given you is given second one. Generally, so you can remove the time. Suppose the time is 1 second. Suppose you can write continuation. You continue after that. Suppose time is 1 second, then acceleration is equal to d squared x by dt square, that is equal to minus omega square x, minus omega square x. And we also can represent another way. Suppose you don't know the angular frequency, you only know the linear frequency. Then instead of omega, you can write it 2 pi f, because already I have taught you omega is equal to 2 pi by divided by capital T. That is what we have already learned. And f is equal to 1 by T, reciprocal of T. So by combining this, instead of this omega, you can also write minus 2 pi f square xt. Suppose the time is 1, this equation is going to be a is equal to minus 2 pi f square x. Or you can write a is equal to 4 pi square, take the square of that, 4 pi square f square x. This is required because we are going to find out the time period of simple pendulum. So for that we use this relation. So acceleration also can represent 4 pi square f square.
Ma'am,
Yes, yes.
ma'am, what about the negative that is outside?
Negative still there, negative still there, sorry, negative still there.
Okay, ma'am.
Negative still there. That is only showing the direction, okay? That means when the spring is trying to extend, there is a restoring forces pulling back, opposing. So that is the indication of negative. When you take the magnitude, we will discard this negative always. So negative indicate the direction only, okay? Yes. So that is the equation is go over. Now, if you represent that spring motion, just now what we discussed, okay, spring motion extending and distinct, you can get the wave just like a simple harmonic motion. That is what. So this a sine square root of k by m and all we will be learning later how omega is going to become square root of k by m. That is on the basis of force law. Okay. So next heading you can write force law for simple harmonic motion. Next heading, force law for simple harmonic motion.
Ma'am, Hooke's law?
That's only. Force law means Hooke's law. But now you write force law. Force law actually based on Hooke's law. Correct. What is the Hooke's law? Anyone remember? Hooke's law. So in work energy chapter, important thing what you have to study is Hooke's law. Hooke's law and explanation of that curve, elastic limit yield. Because we are using that now. So next heading, force law for simple harmonic motion. So we are going to combine this with the Hooke's law. So what is the spring? No one give me answer. What is Hooke's law? Anyone remembers?
Force acting on a spring is directly proportional to the extension length of the spring.
Yes, correct. Correct, Gavri. I know that you are studying that chapter. No, Gavri? So in that chapter, you have to learn that one. Yeah. Force and also work energy power. You have a equation, no? conservation law of energy in spring. Do you remember that? Okay, that one. There are two conservation law we have taught you work energy power. One is object is moving and coming down, gravitational. Another one is this who F is equal to minus kx. Do you remember that? So that,
Yes.
yeah, that's the one. So that is the one we are incorporating here. Force law for simple harmonic motion. You can write down. According to Newton's second law of motion, according to Newton's second law, that is momentum law. According to Newton's second law, we have force is equal to mass into acceleration. You make it small a, mass into both m also small letter, okay. Force into mass into acceleration. That is equation 1. Equation 1. From simple harmonic motion. So next, from simple harmonic motion, we have just now what we have learned. Acceleration is equal to what? What's the equation? Just now what we learned? Tell me children, what is just now you learned? A is equal to? No answer. What was that equation? Acceleration A is equal to? Hello? No response. What is that? From simple harmonic motion just now, what equation we have learned? Is A is equal to? Acceleration equal to?
Minus W square.
W L omega. Okay, minus omega square x. So that you have to substitute in that equation. Okay. So we have, so from simple harmonic motion, we have A is equal to minus, you should write omega. I don't have omega, I'm just writing the W. You should write omega. Omega square, what you write? Omega square x, small letter x. Okay. Substitute. That is equation 2. The next line, substitute 2 in 1. Substitute 2 in 1. We get F is equal to minus m into omega square. I am using W, you should use omega. Omega square x. X in bracket you can write at time t. F is equal to minus omega square xt. Then next one, by Hooke's law, we have force is equal to minus kx. Do you remember that one? So same equation. From Hooke's law, we have minus k means force constant, minus k, small letter k, minus kx at time t. So time t should be in bracket. F is equal to minus kxt. So that is equation 3. Now what is we are going to do? We are going to combine equation 2 and equation 2 means F is equal to minus omega square xt. So we are going to combine both equation. So next line, by combining by combining both force laws. That was first one was Newton's second law. Third one was Hooke's law. By combining both the force laws, we can write at a time, at a time t is equal to 1, at time t is equal to 1 second, 1 second, kx is equal to m omega square, m omega square x. Negative will go because both are negative, no? So it's supposed to be positive. So we are taking only magnitude.
Ma'am, ma'am, by Hooke's law we have F is equal to minus
Kx.
Kx. Ma'am,
K-
Kx into T, right?
Kx at a time t, not into t, bracket meaning that at a time t. It is only Kx. Okay. Next line, suppose t is 1 second, our equation means Kx is equal to m omega square x. And you know it, x is common. From this, what you are going to get? Omega square. So next line, therefore, omega square is equal to k by m. X got cancelled, correct? X got cancelled. Therefore, omega, angular frequency. So angular frequency is equal to square root of k by square. So you write the symbol, okay? Square you write the symbol like square root of angular frequency is equal to square root of k divided by m. Therefore, omega angular x got to cancel, no? So therefore, omega is equal to square root of k by m. So that is the expression of angular frequency in terms of mass, because mass on the spring, because mass has been suspended to, mass has been tied to the spring. So as a result, mass is applying a force. That's the meaning. So in relating spring constant or force constant k and m, you can also find out angular frequency omega. If you don't know the displacement, if you don't know anything, if you know the force constant and mass, you can find out the angular frequency of the simple harmonic motion. And it is a constant value for some material, depend upon the material. Maybe the brass spring, another force constant. For copper spring, another force constant. So depending upon angular frequency and that vibration pattern may change. Okay, so that's about force law. So using this only, I have showed you that graph. Okay, how you can represent that graph. So here it is written a sine omega t is equal to a sine square root of k by m. Suppose in the case of a sinusoidal wave function, displacement x is equal to, here it is y, but you can write x is equal to a sine omega t, which is equal to a sine square root of k by mt. How this square root of k by m is come, that is what I explained to you. That derivation for 2 marks. Okay, just now what I taught you. Force law for simple harmonic motion, omega is equal to square root of k by m. So if I tell you obtain an expression for force law of simple harmonic motion of angular frequency, then you have to explain how I explained to you. By Newton's second law, F is equal to ma. From simple harmonic motion, A is equal to minus omega square x. Hooke's law, this combine both and then you get it. Okay, so that is why here and all in the slide it is written square root of k by m. Okay, yes, so that's it. So we will wind up the session, and these are the different graph of simple harmonic motion of various material particles. Okay. For first one, you can see the difference. So everywhere crust trough is a constant. There is no change. It's a constant amplitude. Simple harmonic motion means at constant amplitude, acceleration is directly proportional to the displacement and directly proportional to the restoring force, and it will be acting towards equilibrium position. So if I say what is simple harmonic motion, define the word simple harmonic motion, you should give me the first definition what I have taught you. That is, a simple harmonic motion is the motion at a constant amplitude. This acceleration of the particle is directly proportional to the displacement, and the restoring force is always acting towards the equilibrium position. Okay. Okay, children. So these are the different material. So I'm going to wind up the session. Next class, we will learn what is the kinetic energy expression in terms of spring. In spring, what is kinetic energy? Now you have only learned angular frequency. So next day, we will learn what is the expression for energy in simple spring. And then we come to the uniform circular motion and simple pendulum. Okay. Thank you. So start studying it. Volume 1, if you
Thank you,
know,
ma'am.
you by heart it nicely. Volume 1. Volume 2, according to my instruction, I am preparing for it because the entire chapter I am giving. What are the things you have to study from chapter 9 up to 15. Okay, so it will take them. So I will complete, I will post by at least by tomorrow. So you can plan out your studies like that. Okay.